Hi, I'm Gina from KidWrite, and I wanted to tell you what we did tonight in book club. Our topic was the plot diagram. It's like a pyramid or a curve, depending upon whose version you're looking at, but they all essentially have the same information. There's the exposition, which is what I call the normal. It's letting you know what day-to-day life is like right now. Then there's an inciting incident or an uh-oh moment when something happens that makes it so that we can't just keep doing what we've always done. We have to change. Then, as we try to answer to whatever it is that caused the disruption in the first place, things become more and more and more at stake. And we become more and more wrapped up in the life of our main character until we reach the climax when the tension breaks as everything comes to a head. And then we come back down with falling action on the other side, denouement, when we sort of have a resolution of what has happened. And then we move forward with a new normal. We discussed how some books fit this, or all books fit this pattern of having not just a beginning, a middle, and an ending, details, pages, diagrams, pictures, but also a structure. That means we start here, something disrupts us. We work our way through all kinds of stuff to here, it comes to a head. Then we come back down, we reach some resolution with what's happened, and we go on about our way. Pretty simple, but not all books are the same. So we spoke about how if every book has a plot structure like that, why don't all the books we read tell us the same story? And that's because of some other choices with plot points, which is this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens. Maybe my normal is a girl sitting on a blanket and a dog comes and steals her lunch. Uh-oh, she's got to chase the dog. Everything's different. Maybe it's a story of a boy who lives under the stairs at his aunt and uncle's, and he doesn't know that he's a wizard, and suddenly envelopes start coming with a letter for him. Uh-oh, everything's changed. We can't stay the way we are. Maybe it's a girl who's living in a really complicated dystopian society, and it's a special day because they're going to draw a name out of a bowl and see who's going to play in the Hunger Games. And they do that, and the girl's sister gets chosen, and she steps up and says, no, I'm going for her. That's the inciting incident that changes everything else in the way the story goes. So we spoke about that. We also spoke about how characters can be animals, they can be people, they can be a talking chair. It doesn't matter. You just got to make it real for your reader. And we spoke about archetypes, which are, we say, oh, that's the villain, that's the hero, that's the good guy, that's the damsel in distress, that's the bully. Those are archetypes. You tend to find those types of characters in literature around the world. And we spoke about how that fits with our story. So we had some very nice discussions about the books kids are reading or have read. We spoke about how this all fit together. And next week, we are going to talk in our final book club meeting about the story world, what it is, not just the setting, but the whole thing that surrounds the characters, that informs the reader about what should and should not be possible, how things should work. And how do we know about that? Do they give us a list of rules? Do they show us step by step? How does that work? So we're going to talk about that next week.